Queens, I am a student of contradiction. I love it. I really do. It's both an eternal source of humor and arguably the one true great equalizer among politicians. But lately, just lately, it's starting to drive me insane. I mean, come on! It's everywhere you look. Take a seat and listen up. If you can remember, as far back as this summer, just rattle your brain. Remind yourself of a great example. The federal government once tried to convince you that $1 billion plus worth of G20 security wasn't worth your attention, while simultaneously advertising that we live in tough economic times. Times of constraint, restraint, and whatever else you want to call it. See, I call that a bit of a contradiction, and maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe I'm just an irate astrology major. But this week, when I read that Federal Immigration Minister Jason Kenney is allegedly misusing ministerial powers along with information provided by the Government of Canada to benefit the Conservative Party, my blood pressure hit the top of the charts, man. Man. By the way, that is no laughing matter when your diet consists entirely of food-eating challenges. But first, let's take a moment to look at the man pointing the finger at Mr. Kennedy. Oh my, isn't he gorgeous? He's so wonderful. I really wonder what he's thinking about. Oh God. Mr. Trudeau decided to take action. He sent a strongly worded letter to Elections Canada because, as he put it, Mr. Kenney has been caught in a conflict of interest between his responsibilities as immigration minister and using his office resources to win Conservative votes. Moreover, Mr. Trudeau writes that if Mr. Kenney is directly responsible, these acts constitute an abuse of government resources for partisan purposes and would represent a substantial in-kind donation from the government to the Conservative Party. Now, to his credit, Jason Kenney has assumed responsibility for the allegations. But is that enough? So why are the Conservatives contradicting themselves here? I mean, I'll tell you why. It's because during the summer, they made a huge stink about abolishing the long-form census, an instrument the Government of Canada uses to collect information on the public in order to better deliver services to citizens. You can't just have it both ways. It's just bad manners. I mean, next time you want to use government resources to pursue partisan ends, at least have the decency to ensure that when the government collects information from Canadians, they get the whole picture. I mean, if you're going to rip us off, at least do it right, for God's sake. Go big or get the out of office. Give us even a longer form census first. I mean, that's all we really need. I've just had enough of these guys, and you have all just been bailed! I'd like to thank everyone for watching the show tonight, and unfortunately, Stephen couldn't make it out again. I know Colby and I mean, we'll get him on the show at some point, I hope. Good night, everyone!
Yeah, can you just give us one line? Wait, they're trying to impeach me?
Wait. They're trying to impeach me?